Hello, Herotaku. This is Wheelchair 21, and today we have another samurai action interview. This time it is with Fujiyama Ichiban's Ninja Ichiban, Eric, played by Haurjie Gunn. Uh, Hello, how are you doing today?
I am great, thank you. How are you doing?
Great. I'm glad to actually hear from you. It was amazing that I got actually all of you guys, at least, for interviews as soon as your arcs came up, right as they're about to air. I know yours is premiering pretty soon, right? Uh, Mr. Yamato said it's like this Friday, I think, the first episode's coming out.
He told me the 16th, whatever day that is. I think it's Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday. Okay, I was off by a day. All right.
Hey, it's close enough.
I know. So we're recording this, on the 13th. The debut episode to your arc is coming up on Thursday, but this probably won't get out till probably the week or so after that. But nevertheless, we're going to talk a little bit about, what where you got your start, you on the show, and see where it goes from there. First off, I gotta ask, what made you want to become an actor and stuntman?
Well, it's actually quite an interesting story because, like, when I was in college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I kind of just it, I majored in engineering and I stuck with it for till I graduated. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I kind of just chose it because all my friends were doing it. And I remember it was the last summer session, the last summer school that I had to take. It was my senior year, my fourth year at UC Riverside, and I was, I think, I think I was like one class. I was like 3 or 4 units off from getting financial aid in the summer. So I decided to take a random class, and I decided to take Intro to Theater. It was the first theater class, the first drama class, acting class I've ever taken in my life. And within the first 2 days of going through the class and doing the assignments, I loved it, and I figured that's actually what I wanted to do. So I was actually going to graduate with my engineering degree. So I'd say, hey, I can't bail now, so I have to finish doing this and see where I can go. That's kind of how that's kind of how I got that spark.
All right, and so the actual regular basis into theater led to stunt acting, or was that another part that kind of offshoot from there?
Oh, like specific? Are you asking like
Yeah,
specifically
like
on this project?
yeah, because I also know from reading your bio that you keep up with you were taking Shaolin Kempo, karate, Taekwondo, and Jiu-jitsu. Like, was it because of your martial arts background that it made you want to become a stuntman as well as an actor?
Oh yeah. So like after I graduated from college, I had like at that point I had like 10 to 12 years of martial art experience. It was kind of my bread and butter. I was already training in the dojos and the gyms where the guys were already established stuntmen and some actors too. And they were the ones that kind of pushed me and said, hey, like why don't you try out in this industry? Like we'll get you started. So I, for the first year, I think it was like 2011, 2012, I strictly did stunts. I didn't do any acting, I strictly did stunts. And that's where I started. And then eventually I transitioned into acting because of more opportunities. And I want to be more versatile. And I was also curious about the other avenues in the entertainment industry. But when I when I saw this casting call for Sun, um, or well, actually, I originally auditioned as Sun um, for Fujiyama, and going into the audition, I read for Sun. I went through the audition, going through the the martial arts, the fight choreo that Nietzsche had, um, given us for the audition. It was actually a lot of fun, and I guess like when I first saw the casting, it was something that I could relate to. When I saw the description of the characters, what the project was, um, well, at least they didn't give like the full info of the project on the casting website, but it was something that linked my mind to like, oh, Power Rangers. Okay, that's awesome. That's something that I grew up on, and yeah, I mean that's what pulled me into the project and auditioned for it.
Now, this was a question I actually had based on your martial arts background. Could you actually tell me, or at least the audience, what's the difference between the three styles you taken, Shaolin Kempo, uh, Taekwondo, and the basic Jiu-Jitsu? Like, what's the differences, and like best parts about their specific styles, and what would be the hardest, learning in general?
Okay. For me, I started off with Shaolin Tempo, and I did that for about 8 to 9 years. And within that class, I actually my instructor had incorporated some grappling and jujitsu, traditional Japanese jujitsu, not Brazilian, traditional Japanese jujitsu into our training regimen, and so we can be well rounded in terms of sparring and fighting, so we know how to do stand up and groundwork. So Shaolin Kempo, that style originates has a lot of its influences and source from Kung Fu, which is traditional Chinese Kung Fu, because we actually get a lot of visits from the monks from China, the Shaolin monks from China, to come down to our dojos and teach us a few things, and we teach us philosophies and techniques and things like that. So it's very well linked with that division over there, and it's something that I feel like it's a very it can be practical if you want it to be, but it's also the forms are very flashy. They can be very flashy. It's very built for like demonstration purposes if you want it to be. So it covers both realms of martial arts. With martial arts you have demonstration and you have basically the art side of it, and then you have the practicality side of it. And with Taekwondo, that's a Korean style martial art that trains heavily on foot movement and legs and a lot of kicks. I did that for 2 years when I was in college. I joined a club, the Taekwondo club at my school, and that's how I got my training there. And yeah, so that's my background on martial arts.
All right, and so uh, what would you say though is the hardest one for people to actually get into, like when it comes to learning and training under it?
The hardest, I don't think there's like a hard or easy way. I mean, like if you usually like people will start off with a when they decide that they want to do martial arts, it's I don't think there's a style that will be like hard or easier. That it really depends on the instructor and the environment that he puts you in or she puts you in. It's not so much the style that makes it hard; it's the instructor.
Because by me, basic martial arts are like just karate and like a lot of the basics. Because I know on the West Coast there's more because of the immigration and that back way before the like 40s and stuff like that, all that stuff. So I that's the question, because like by me at least in my little country town, it's like just basic karate, basic stuff. So I know it's like it's all about the same here, but I'm pretty sure with like the more hardcore stuff out west, there's probably at least a difference that could probably deter people. So it's
Yeah.
always good to ask. But so martial arts actually helped you become the stuntman that you are. You had these other actual known stuntmen helping you, and so when it comes to samurai action, you actually just learned about them, as you said, through the casting call, correct? You really didn't know anything about them beforehand, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I know way before you even said right here on the show that you were originally going to be Sun, but when you actually went in for the reading, did you know anything about Michi's work with Saban Entertainment and his work in Tokusatsu? Because I know you said you liked Power Rangers, but did you ever like in a sense explore the source material before meeting Mr. Yamato?
Um, I read like everything on the casting description when I went in. I was able to put together a picture of what I assumed it would be, and that's what I put together. But I had no idea who Michi was walking in, nor his work until I had to do research after the audition. But yeah, like for me, like there's one this is only one of the reasons why I don't do too much research, because I don't want to like get myself stuck in a position where like, oh, this is like a really big project. I'm auditioning in front of like really important people. I think to a certain extent it kind of messes me up. So I want to try to keep all of my auditions like on the same level. So that's what I did. But I mean, now it's kind of different. That was way back then. I was like, I think it was like 2 years ago, or close to 2 years when I auditioned for it. But now it's different. Like I'm able to do. Right now, I usually do as much research as I can, and I'm still able to have the same mindset going into every audition, no matter what the magnitude is. But no, my answer is I had no idea, who, who was working on this project and whatnot.
Okay, but since then, have you taken interest in watching any of the Japanese shows that this is sent using source material from, or at least an homage to? Have you like watched Kamen Rider or Super Sentai?
Yeah, Kamen Rider, Mass Rider was something that I watched when I was a kid. VR Troopers was another one. Big Bad Beetleborgs was another one. Power Rangers, obviously. I think there's like maybe one or two other ones that I don't know the names off the top of my head. But yeah, kind of dabbled in.
All right, because I know when talking with your fellow castmates, at least all of them have grown up like you and I have watching the Saban stuff, and some of them have actually started watching stuff because I know the stunt guys, Travis and Wilsa, they since they pretty much work at Samurai Action Studios, they've been watching stuff that Michi's like, oh hey, you guys need to go watch this stuff because I always forget his name. I think it's Shota, who is Fujiyama suit actor, is also was a suit actor in Japan, doing the stunts for the most recent Kamen Riders as a support character.
Oh, okay, yeah. Shota is he's one of the stunt guys. I didn't get much time being able to talk to him because I guess like we just weren't scheduled on the same days of the shoots like as much. But yeah, that's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah. All right. But can I ask, what were your initial thoughts going into the show? Like, actually, when you saw the suits and reading the scripts during casting?
I didn't get to see the suits during the audition, during the casting. But when I saw the suits for the first time, being on set, I was actually pretty surprised. Like, it was pretty darn detailed. Like, I didn't expect, like, because like when I saw this, it's like, okay, wow, this is actually like major television network quality props. Like this is pretty up there. Okay, so that got me kind of hyped.
So since you were first casted as Sun and then became Eric, Ninja, could you tell us actually what led to the changing of the casting, if you can, or if that's not confidential?
Oh yeah, that's well, I mean, nobody told me I could not talk about it, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think they told me I had to at least wait till I got to you to reveal that information, that you actually were originally Fujiyama Ichiban.
Yeah. So I went in. I auditioned as Sun. I actually chose to audition as Sun when I was submitting myself during the audition during the casting, only because I felt like it was ethnically fitting. Like I ethnically fitted the name Sun rather than Eric. But when it came to the audition, I couldn't help but I didn't say this, but like in my mind when I saw everybody's work and performance, I knew for some reason deep down I knew that Adam was like he was like the ideal Sun. Like okay, this guy is so Sun, and later on when I heard back from Michi saying that he wants to offer me the role of Eric, I was actually surprised because, like, when I went back, like within that process of after the audition to before, or up to the point where Michi had contacted me again and gave me the offer of Eric. Within that time, I actually took some time to look over the script and read the lines for Eric, and I was surprised, like, why didn't choose Eric because I was able to relate to Eric a lot more, like in terms of personality wise. Like, man, I could have, I think I could have done a better job playing Eric. And then little did I know, I got offered the role of Eric, so it kind of worked out.
All right, because I know when talking before I could make it, public, they said that was one of the one things is that originally Michi didn't at the same Michi felt like he needed to keep the name of Sun Asian oriented, but at the same time he thought that it would be a curveball by choosing Adam at the time, and a lot of people said that even the other guy, which before I even knew who you were, they were just like the other guy. They were like the other guy who casted even thought that he was a better actor, but then he liked the role of Eric, and he stayed with us as Ninja, and I'm sitting here like, so who is this other guy? And then because like I don't think they tried to everyone tried to keep names of who, so I was like playing the who's who game every time I met one of you guys because they were trying to keep it so low under wrap. They're like, oh, you'll find out when you get to him, and I'm like, who? I'm like, who?
Oh man.
And so like I didn't even know what your name was at all till like 3 days ago or like a week ago when I got the email to contact you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was sitting there. I'm like, oh,
because I don't think this like who is playing what or who is being casted what at this point. I mean, I feel like it should all be open already.
Yeah, no, that's all. Like a lot of people knew was that they've all explained to me that ironically the guys who were playing the male leads were best chosen for either role, and it could have been vice versa. And when the show debuted and we saw that Adam was Sun Tayo, which is weird because his name is Sun. We kind of sat there and we're like, why is a guy as white as me an Asian character? And like for a while, we were a lot of us were pondering the thought.
Yeah.
And we even because when we saw some of the original promotional images, we were like, oh, that must be Sun Tayo. No, that's Sun Tayo. Wait, what? And we're sitting there, and so the first time I talked to Michi, I didn't ask him about that incident. I didn't ask him until like I had talked to I think Yuki what actually was going on, because I thought it would be out of place since I had just met Michi, like what chose him to go with a white family for a Japanese name.
Yeah.
And so when I found out everything, I was like, oh, it was one of those ones where they just kind of threw a curveball at us. And we're like, oh, people aren't going to make a big deal out of it. And I'm sitting there like, you don't know the fandom as well as you thought you knew it.
Yeah.
And so that's the cool thing. And so since you say you relate more to the character, could you tell us a bit about the personality at least, without getting too in depth of what we may see with the character this coming week or so?
Yeah. With Sun, he's a little bit more like the goody good boy. That is something that I could. I mean, like playing Sun was a more of a challenge to me, I guess, because I like playing more badass, like bad guy type roles. I mean, Eric is not a bad guy, but he has that attitude. He's a little bit more confident than Sun, not in a cocky way, but he can sometimes come off a little bit like that. But Eric is kind of like a dark horse, and I always like the idea of a dark horse where I kind of stay out of the, I guess the spotlight, and then like all of a sudden I come in, and when I'm needed, and just smash everything. Like that's kind of the idea that I really liked like to play off of. So Eric is definitely. Is more for me in terms of personality wise, and I think like also with the going back to like the ethnic casting that you were talking about, yeah, it was like a questionable thing in my head, like why it went that way, but I guess like it is 2015, 2000, going into 2016 and stuff like that. Like at this point, maybe we should start to push ethnic casting towards that direction where kind of like anybody can play anybody, but within reason. I know Michi has a backstory with Sun of why he casted the way he casted, but I mean, yeah, like I do feel like more importantly, priority needs to be placed on personality casting over anything else.
Oh, that's actually a cool thing to hear because I can tell you right now that like conspiracy theories came out as we thought like maybe we find out Sun's mom was actually Asian.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's like all we really thought, really. That's all we really had going for us. And I mean, like, there's more that I was told, but I can't say. Like, I can say it between you and me, but it would be off the record from what like I remember, being explained to by everyone else. Because I know my limits to asking, so I'm like, okay, good. I got to the point where I'm okay saying, okay, so you were originally our protagonist, but you're now our dude-tagonist, I guess. The Dark Knight, the shadowy guy, the pretty much, if anything, if you've seen Power Rangers Time Force, you're like Eric, the Quantum Ranger. You're kind of like you're a good guy, but you're kind of like the
an
anti-hero.
Anti-hero, exactly.
Where you pretty much you play for the good side, but you don't really have you have not as well of a strict moral code of being like the uppity do-gooder kind of thing, where it's like more like the brooding kind. Eventually join the group and make a full-on trifecta. I know in the stage shows your characters are all working as a team, so I'm pretty sure it's destined to happen since the shows have been going on a lot longer than the actual episodes, like the actual TV, like little webisodes.
Yeah, the film versus theater.
So I'm pretty sure at this point, your character is going to become a team member eventually.
That's my assumption. Yeah, I can't really say that for sure because I haven't seen the the future scripts or like, nor have I worked on the stage shows with Michi and his team. I'm kind of just like I'm strictly only on the film side, and yeah.
Have you ever thought of actually joining the stage crew sometimes?
It's not my style.
Mm.
I've done like theater. I've done stage before in the past. Like, when I was a kid, I wasn't too fond of it. I mean, I enjoy watching them sometimes. Like, I enjoy watching some, like Shakespeare. I like watching Shakespeare. Um, but I don't think it's my style of acting. I like film. I love special effects. I love things that you can do on the computer. I'm a tech savvy guy, so that's just me.
Okay, so as for when filming the show, though, have you ever encountered like problems like in production or stunts? Like, has there ever been something where you just couldn't do it, or in a sense, like you guys had like a lot of bloopers, or you had to take a couple of takes in your upcoming arc?
Hmm. I haven't had like any major problems that's worth mentioning. I relationship wise with everybody on set, I never had a problem. Um, I mean, like honestly, what I guess like maybe one thing is like I may have like I wanted to do my own stunts as ninja, but Michi wouldn't allow that because of like safety and risk things like that. Um, but yeah, it would have been awesome if I could actually do my own stunts, but it is what it is. Like I am the actor, and we and it would be just more I guess shooting efficiency. Everything would be more efficiency, time efficiency, move along faster for production. Um, to have two people do specialize in stunts and acting. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like I don't really had a problem on that. But yeah, like actually now that you mention it, because it was a low budget project, well, it was low budget for me as an actor. Um, it, we were short on crew. Some of us had to double up on caps, like on job tasks and things like that. Um, yeah, so we all try to help each other out on this project. 'Cause I have no idea where this project is going to be, but I can see that if Michi keeps putting in the effort that he keeps putting in to this project, it's gonna get somewhere like pretty big.
I know, and the last time I heard, he was working on special like DVDs to sell at the stage shows of the webisodes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, for like just budget wise, like we didn't have enough people to specifically, to specialize under for each job, and we had to double up on some of the days. So I guess that was one problem, but it never hindered us from doing our jobs, or slowing production down or anything like that. It would just been nice and more professional if we had a higher budget, but that's something that you can't always get.
Now, have you done any other like low budgeted stuff before, or was this one of your first times?
Well, starting out, I think every actor has gone through some low budget films, low budget projects. This would be Fujiyama is actually kind of a weird one for me. It's like it's low budget, but at the same time, it's like it's got a lot of nice things. Like the props are like insanely good. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I know a lot of the cast also says like, even though in a sense of it being quite low budget, the props are good. Like you guys all enjoy the props, the suits. You guys always, when he brings out a new suit, are all like, "Wow, that's cool. This is great."
Yeah.
Always, bringing out good criticism, I would say. And you got like the one thing I know is like you guys enjoy what you're doing even when it's a hard taxing day. Like you guys just like show up and like no problems, no nothing. You're like, okay, let's do this. Let us get the show on the road. So I mean, like, I gotta say, like, it. That's the one good thing. Honestly, it's like I've never heard I've never really heard indie groups or like low budget groups saying we had so much fun. It's usually like, yeah, it was like more like hard work and bitching and moaning, and then the fun was at the end of the day, not during shooting. And I'm sitting here like wow, this is amazing. A cast that actually is like, yeah, we enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, hey, that's actually the goal of every production. I mean, like you really do have to enjoy what you and love what you do, because like it will for acting, like I know for a low budget it's kind of difficult to have that kind of mentality, because it's not what we in our heads, like when we start out as actors, we all picture ourselves on like a really nice set where everybody's like doing has a specific job, and everybody's like helping each other out, and it's like everything's on point, the props are on point, the calls are on point, everybody's doing the right thing. But on a low budget, like where experience is something that's lacking a lot, usually, so not a lot of people have a lot of experience on low budget projects. It's hard to we just kind of they just have to do what as much as they can in order to make it that at that level. You just have to put in extra work, and it's harder. But that's how you start out, and that's just the way it is.
All I can ask now to start wrapping up the interview is, what do you think viewers can expect from your character in the show? Like, what are some aspects that we should look forward to looking towards your character? And I don't know if this is a question that you can actually answer, but is there ever going to be a point where like we see you in the suit with like the helmet off, like at the base or any point like that? Like, just is there a point? Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really would like to get a picture of that myself, but I'm not sure if Michi will actually make it that way on future shoots or anything like that. I have no idea what the new scripts look like, if he has developed the new scripts up to this point. But that would be great if I could actually jump in the suit and have my helmet off like that, so people actually know it's like, hey. But in terms of expectations for my character, this is the arc. For me, I just know that like I like playing the dark horse, and I think it's more fun if I like just let the audience watch and give them a surprise on the character rather than give out too much info. I just have to say like, yeah, it's call me the Green Ranger, call me the Dark Horse, call me the anti-hero. those are like compliments to my character to me. Yeah, I guess that's all really I want to say about it.
I might have to like use that subtitle for like the actual interview. The Green Ranger of Fujiyama Ichiban. Just to see
Yeah.
what people say, because I'm like, all right, we said Green Ranger like 4 times already. All right, we are using this tagline.
Yeah. I mean, unless he like decides to throw in like other,
Ichiban
more,
Warriors.
yeah, then it's gonna be different.
All right, and for the actual show, not just your arc, what do you think viewers should look forward to the most from this series?
Someone who has, uh, has more experience and knowledge on Japanese Sentai series than I do. Like, I personally have not. I don't feel like I've watched enough like Sentai myself, at least recently, to know what to expect myself. I'm not sure like what other people. I can't really compare or relate that to anything um, for the audience. But yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that question. Just watch it. And
But I gotta say that's pretty good. Where you're like saying for someone who is toku savvy, you don't know how to really relate these days. So I mean, hey, that's
I,
probably one of the best answers, you know.
I'm tech savvy, but yeah, I mean like I'm not. I guess like Sentai savvy. Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much, it's like you're not an avid viewer in a sense. You know what's going on, but
Yeah, I know what it is, and I do as much research as is needed. Yeah.
all right. And I haven't asked this question in a while, but who do you have to thank, and what do you have to say for aspiring actors?
Oh, well, one of my inspirational actors that I kind of look up to is Christian Bale. I don't, I'm not sure if I can give that inspirational credit to Christian Bale specifically for this project and this character, but he is one of the actors I look up to and follow a lot. Um, People to thank: my parents, who have always supported me; my sister, who has helped me a lot when I had to do my self-tape auditions and submit it electronically from home. She's always been my reader, my recorder. She's awesome. My parents, who have always been there for me. Actually, I'm very glad that my parents are the way they are and who they are, because a lot of parents nowadays will be in disagreement with you. You told them that you want to pursue an entertainment career, but my parents actually are very happy that I am doing what I'm doing. So yeah, and some of my close friends too, just very few, less than a handful, that have been there truly supporting me. They like when they tell me that, dude, what you're doing is really hard. We understand that. We see the things that you go through. It's not like someone who I don't know or someone that I just barely know telling me like, dude, it's hard. Like, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, you'll make it. Like, actually, no, you don't know how hard it is. You don't, because like you won't know unless you walk my walk, done what I've done, seen what I've seen. But people who have been with me through the industry, um, only those people know how hard it actually is, and I can tell like when I talk to them, when I see it in their face, like it's these words are genuine or not. Like they really understand. But I mean, mainly just my family. They're the ones that really support me the most. So yeah.
And words of wisdom for aspiring, actors. You got any of those?
Yeah. There's no plan B. Just plan A or go home.
Wow, that's that one is like, wow, that was
Yeah.
blunt. That was good.
Yeah. I mean, it's very blunt, and that's who I am. I actually I don't like to sugarcoat anything, but seriously, like, you have a plan B, it's going to hold you back. You tell yourself that, oh, it's okay if I fail, I have something to fall back on, then you will absolutely fail. You will fall back. You might as well go plan B. So plan A or go home. That's it.
I'm just sitting here like, I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm like, I feel like I just need to like have you have this audio recording and like make it the Shia LaBeouf thing at my job. Be like, all right, guys, plan A or go home.
Seriously,
A or go
just do
home.
it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Do it! Have you seen the newest one with him helping Go Hunter in Super Saiyan 2?
Oh my goodness, no, I haven't, but I'll
Okay.
have to. I'll have to look. There are so many.
I will link it to you later after this interview. But
Oh
no,
great, I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, so yeah, I'd love to see it.
I found out I found out you were an uber anime fan just by looking up your Twitter account, which is actually the next question I had was like, do you have social media accounts for your fans, like where we can contact you?
Yeah, it's all linked in my. I have a website. It's all linked there too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now that you have a website, I'll just like link all that information there.
Yeah,
Good.
just haurjiegunn.com. That's all it is.
Damn, I'm just sitting here like I'm pretty sure I'm interviewing like the second most professional guy thus far that I've talked to out of all the cast. I'm like,
Oh,
man,
who's the first professional?
Michi. I'm sitting there,
Okay.
one thing is like cool, great talking with you. It's usually the last part of the podcast slash interview here where it's like I'm like, man, we just go off topic before there's even an outro. Like, what is up with that?
It's the best part. It's the sweet spot, man.
I know. Like that's like I think that's the best part about all the endings. Is like that's when like everything gets out where it's like, so yeah, this is what we really think, and this is like the uncensored part that shouldn't be in there, but it might be. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think the funniest part was like when like doing research for the interview, like finding out who you were. And then when I found out you had a Twitter account, and then I found out, I'm like, oh god, he's supposed to be like the supposed sexy toad guy that everyone's been posting all over the internet since like E3, and I'm like, this
Oh
is gonna
my
be weird.
goodness. You
I'm
got
sitting,
that far, huh?
like I'm just sitting here, I'm like, hey guys, you recognize this guy? They're like, yeah, that's a weird sexy toad guy that's been trolling the internet for like ever since like E3, and I'm like, yeah, I'm interviewing him. What? Wait, how? Is it because of his cosplay? No, I'm interviewing him for a TV series he's done. Wait, he's in a TV show? Yes. Something. Internet. It was just weird. They were just like sitting there like, that's so awkward. It's awkward.
Yeah, it's my way of building fan base by putting in skimpy toad outfits.
Well, hey man, if you look at what the Blue Ranger from Dino Charge is doing, he's just showing off his abs.
Oh, Yoshi, yeah,
I don't have a feeling you actually know Yoshi.
Well, actually, I don't personally know Yoshi, but we have a lot of mutual friends because, like, I'm friends with a lot of stunt guys. That's how where he started off as. But I'm very well aware of who he is.
Yeah, like I'm sitting here, I'm like, as soon as I brought up Yoshi, I'm like, I have a bad feeling this guy's gonna be like, I know him, and I'm gonna be like, damn it.
I would love to fight him actually.
Like, what the fuck?
You have like a blue power showdown.
Oh, now I want to go tweet Yoshi, be like, yo Yoshi, I got a challenger for you.
Yeah, a new challenger has arrived.
And then you just show up in your Toad outfit.
Yes, yes. Oh, I would totally show up in my Toad costume. Hey, like Shia said, nothing is impossible.
Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, we can totally make it happen.
Yeah, if you believe hard enough, you make it happen.
Exactly.
So I'm pretty sure, like you said, you're a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Are there other animes that you're into?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I watch Kenshin. I love that. I'm a big Pokemon fan. I was a fan of Digimon. Digimon has a place in my heart. Childhood. I remember going to Japan and I was watching one of the Digimon movies, first Digimon movie, on the plane and just kept going over it. I loved it. Dragon Ball Z. Let's see, but I love Afro Samurai. That's it's a great one. Cowboy Bebop, Death Note, Gundam. Some of the Gundams. I love Hellsing, High School of the Dead, Read or Die, Attack on Titan. Witchblade was another one. Yeah,
who doesn't love Witchblade?
Yeah.
I'd say something right now, but I'd probably get fired.
Hey, nobody has to know.
Exactly, I can just edit this out. It'll just be you, me, and the recorder.
Yeah, so I actually have to get going right now. I'm expecting someone to come over. We have to actually get some training in.
Maybe we could talk anime sometime for like actual episode of one of our shows that we host on our website's streaming service.
Yeah.
I invite you back, like when we finish your arc, maybe I can bring you back and bring some of the other actors back and we talk about the show. But anyways, to the viewers at home, I've been Wheelchair 21. This has been Haurjie Gunn. I just keep screwing up your name.
This has been Haurjie Gunn.
I keep screwing this up, man. I feel so bad. I told people, I'm like, I just want to call you Gunn from now on. I'm just going to call you Gunn.
Do it. Just do it, man.
Yeah, just do it. If you believe, just do it. So,
hey, man, these are the best parts, man. Love it.
Exactly. So natural. It's just off the cuff.
Exactly,
Off
man.
the cuff, man. But so, we'll see you next time with another interview with Samurai Action and other places that I go to and talk to. But nevertheless, we'll see you next time.